Ozempic costs $5 to make. $5. In Denmark, where the drug is actually manufactured, it sells for under $100. In the United States, you'll pay $1,600 to $1,800 a month. But here's what's really interesting. In Denmark, Ozempic isn't even the standard of care for obesity. Their doctors prescribe exercise and diet instead. The country that makes this drug doesn't rely on it the way we do. And one doctor, a 15-time New York Times best-selling author who founded the Center for Functional Medicine at the Cleveland Clinic and has personally helped patients lose over 100 pounds without a single prescription, says the reason is simple. Your body already produces the exact same compound that Ozempic is built on. His name is Dr. Mark Hyman, and in this video we're going to break down what he's found, why Ozempic isn't fixing the real problem, what it's actually doing to your body, and what the science says you can do instead without spending a dime. But first, you need to hear the side effects, because some of them are devastating. A study published in JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, looked at over 4,000 patients on semaglutide. The risk of stomach paralysis went up by 367%. Pancreatitis, an incredibly dangerous condition that can permanently destroy your pancreas, went up by 900%. And bowel obstruction, which often requires surgery, went up by 422%. These aren't 20 or 30% increases. As Dr. Hyman himself said, these are the kind of numbers you see with smoking and cancer. Research from the Step 1 clinical trial showed that 40% of the weight people lost on Ozempic came from lean muscle mass, not fat. Muscle is where your metabolism lives. When you lose it, your body burns fewer calories, even after you stop the drug. And when you stop, participants regain 2/3 of the weight within a year. But they gain it back as fat, not muscle. So you end up at the same weight with a slower metabolism. You're actually worse off than when you started. The FDA has a black box warning on it for thyroid cancer risk. A 2024 study found users were up to 7 times more likely to develop sudden, irreversible vision loss. 80% of users experience gastrointestinal side effects. And the long-term effects? We don't know. This drug has only been widely used for weight loss since around 2021. We are the long-term study. So here's the question nobody seems to be asking. What if you could trigger the same appetite-suppressing effect without the drug? Because here's what most people don't realize. Ozempic is a synthetic copy of a hormone your body already makes. It's called GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1. Every time you eat, specialized cells in your gut called L cells release GLP-1. It tells your brain you're full. It slows your stomach emptying. It regulates your blood sugar. It's also produced in your brain, where it plays a role in reducing neuroinflammation. This is not alternative medicine. This is textbook endocrinology, confirmed by the National Institutes of Health and published in peer-reviewed journals worldwide. What Ozempic does is inject a version of GLP-1 that's been engineered to last a week instead of minutes. One amino acid was tweaked to prevent your body from breaking it down. That's it. It's almost bioidentical to what you already produce, just forced to stay active at unnaturally high levels. So the real question is, why aren't our bodies producing enough of it on their own? And what has Dr. Hyman found that explains it? There's growing evidence that millions of Americans are actually GLP-1 deficient. Research shows that people with fatty liver disease, obesity, and type 2 diabetes have significantly lower GLP-1 levels. Fatty liver alone affects an estimated 90 million Americans. Some researchers have identified genetic mutations affecting GLP-1 production in up to 95% of diabetic patients in one clinic. And when GLP-1 is low, your other hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin, stop working properly. The entire appetite orchestra breaks down. The cause, according to Dr. Hyman, is our food. Only 6.8% of Americans are metabolically healthy. 93% have some degree of metabolic dysfunction, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, excess weight, or a combination. And here's what breaks the entire calorie model. Americans are eating fewer calories than 20 years ago, and less sugar. But obesity keeps climbing. So something else is driving this. It's not how much we eat, it's what we eat. 60% of the average American's diet comes from ultra-processed food. 76% of Americans can't even define what that means. These are foods engineered from deconstructed ingredients: soy, corn, wheat, processed in factories and designed to be addictive. Food companies have literally mapped children's brain responses using MRI machines to optimize how these products hijack appetite. $10 billion a year is spent targeting junk food ads directly at kids, and trials are currently underway to put children as young as 6 on Ozempic, rather than addressing the food that made them sick in the first place. Dr. Hyman's framework cuts through all of it. Food is not just calories. Food is information. It programs your hormones, your immune system, your brain chemistry, and your gene expression. Feed your body the wrong information, and it breaks down. Feed it the right information, and it fixes itself. Studies published in the journal Obesity and confirmed by the National Institutes of Health show that protein is the single strongest trigger of natural GLP-1 release. Fiber activates both GLP-1 and PYY, another satiety hormone. Dr. Hyman points out that fiber does basically what Ozempic does. It fills your stomach, slows gastric emptying, and makes you full. One of his patients lost 40 pounds just by taking a fiber supplement before each meal. Healthy fats slow digestion further, keeping you satisfied for hours. Together, these 3 macronutrients flip the exact same satiety switches that Ozempic forces on with a synthetic hormone. And the clinical results back it up. One of Dr. Hyman's patients, a 66-year-old woman with heart failure, diabetes, fatty liver, and a body mass index of 43, went on his protocol. Within 3 months, she was off all her medications. Her blood sugar average dropped from 11.2 to 5.5, completely normal. In a year, she lost 116 pounds. No Ozempic, no surgery, just food. And she's not an outlier. A company called Virta Health has now treated over 100,000 Americans with type 2 diabetes using a nutritional approach, low carbohydrate, with continuous coaching and support. Their published, peer-reviewed results show reversal of type 2 diabetes, normalized blood pressure, reduced inflammation, improved kidney and liver function, reduced depression, reversed sleep apnea, and lower cardiovascular risk, all without a single injection, all through food. The difference between Ozempic and nutrition is simple. When you stop the drug, the weight comes back, because nothing changed. Your diet didn't change. Your hormones didn't change. You just removed the synthetic crutch. But when you change what you eat, you change the system itself. Your insulin drops. Your GLP-1 normalizes. Your hunger hormones regulate. Your body starts burning stored fat instead of screaming for more food. And it stays that way, because you built a new foundation, not a chemical dependency. This is not medical advice. If you're on Ozempic or any medication, talk to your doctor before making changes. But the science on natural GLP-1 activation is published, peer-reviewed, and available to anyone willing to look. If this opened your eyes, subscribe. I break down topics like this every week. Drop a comment. Would you try changing your food before reaching for a prescription?